Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the dear UG here reviewing a PS2 game on PS4, that is right. This is one of the many games we got on PS4 that was a PS2 classic, and as you can see right there, it's the Mark of Kri. Of Kai. I can't pronounce it, sorry, my English sucks. And I'm gonna let the, opening cutscene go. But first, for every evil there is a greater good. For every innocent there is a protector. For every legend there is a hero.
Gather round, all of you who would listen. I have a tale to tell. A story of warriors and kings. A saga of dark magic. A legend of high adventure. Long ago, during the First Age, a series of dark spells were created. One of these spells had the power to bridge our world and the one of darkness. An evil spell with no purpose but that of destruction. Before it could be invoked, stolen and broken into 6 separate parts, 6 lines, 6 incantations. The spell, however, was dark and powerful, and not easily destroyed. So instead it was hidden away in a place where none would find it, scattered about the world in 6 separate locations, 6 different families entrusted with its safekeeping. But men are mortal, and time can be the enemy of fear. All too soon we forget how the bee will sting and the fire will burn. As time passed, the families forgot what these marks were for. Mankind dismissed the ancient warnings about these words of power. They were merely stories, tales from a long past time. But the denizens of the world of darkness knew nothing of time. With infinite patience they waited. Then, after a millennia, to their dark joy, the spells were rediscovered.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. The Mark of Kri, which came out July 29th, 2002 here in the United States. It also came out in Europe March 14th, 2003 and October of 2013 and 2003 in Japan. It was also released on PlayStation 3. I'm going to go to the load. We'll get to that in a minute. This came out on PS3 September 24th, 2013, and it came out on PS4 with trophies, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. December 5th, 2015. Now, this is an action-adventure game developed by SCE San Diego Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment in North America, in Europe, and Capcom in Japan. So technically, yes, you could say this is a Capcom game. Now, Sage will let you quick jump to Sage access rewards or cheats exiting Sage, returning to the main menu. Of course, you could always do the normal way. Now, as you saw with the opening, with an art team consisting mostly of former 2D animators, offered a cartoonish character style and graphic violence. Now, the game was followed up by a sequel, The Rise of the Kusa, which I do have, but I've not platinumed yet because that one's a little bit tougher, even with cheat codes, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Now, you play as Ra, Oru, is known as a great warrior, accompanied by a raven Kuso, and trained by his mentor and adopted father, Batsuma. He was taught stealth and extraordinary skill with his sword. He was also taught to help those in need rather than act as a mercenary. And that's pretty much the point of the game. You're a good barbarian, but anybody who plays this game knows things don't exactly go the way you want. But that would be a little bit spoiling, and I don't want to do that. So just know, while the first 2 missions, everything goes great, mission 3 and on kind of, yeah, you kind of fuck shit up. Now, before I actually show off a level, I want to talk about the cheats for a minute. because the cheats actually go in hand with the trophies. Now, the trophies in this game are not that difficult, excluding for a few. And lo and behold, and I think a lot of us who have bought the PS2 games on the 4 have noticed, the cheats do not disable the trophies. So for you trophy hunters out there, you can actually leave the cheats on, as you can see I did for the arena. That's what it would actually make most sense. You can also have them on during the story mode as well. But my recommendation is just have them on for the arena. The game's somewhat pretty easy even without the cheat codes during the main game. But I will say though, if you need to have the cheat codes on, particularly for the one trophy you beat a level without dying, I'd recommend just having Invincible run for the first level and you'll get through it pretty easy. But even then, you won't need it. The awards, and this ties into one of the gold trophies. You have to unlock all the movies in art, but the only way to unlock them is by completing all the arenas. You also get outfits for completing some of the arenas as well. Now, of course, there are levels. There are only 6, so I'm sure some people are thinking, oh, it's a short game. It kind of is, but it makes up for it because you have arena, you want 100% it. This was back in the day of wanting to do 100% stuff before it was cool. This game is an easy 100%, so for you trophy hunters out there, keep that in mind if you want to buy this game. It is an easy platinum. Now, with that being said, before we actually go to the level, and I love the way how we go to levels in this game. As you can see, I'm wearing one of the costumes I have already unlocked. Now, if you collect all the little magical birds in each level, you'll be able to use all the weapons in every level. You may want to do that. But let's talk to the innkeeper here, and here's some great voice acting.
You want work, huh? I don't know. Business has been slow lately, boy. People tell me bandits have made our neighboring forest their home. Anyone trying to get here is being robbed, or worse. It's made Balmusu nervous. He thinks it's the beginning of dark times. I think they just need a good kicking before they'll move on to someone else's forest. Balmusu tells me you've become pretty good with that sword of yours. Maybe you could... Well, maybe I've got some other work around here you could do. How about washing down some tables for me, or mopping the floor? Well, maybe you can help Tati clean dishes, or sweep up, or pick up after her. She's kind of a mess herself. People keep flushing foreign objects down the toilet, which is...
I don't know if you heard his last play, but keep flushing objects down the toilet. Now, every time you want to go to a new level, start a new level, you go to this door, magically open, and boom, you'll be transported.
Cleaning the floor and washing dishes. Ha! This was not the kind of work my master was looking for. He was young and in search of adventure, freeing the land from murderous bandits. Now that was a job worthy of a warrior. He left that same day, his sword strapped to his back. Kuzo, his spirit guide, scouting the path ahead. The bandits had been terrorizing the local roads for months now. Rao had heard that they were camped out in some local ruins. He had also heard that they were many in number and skilled as swordsmen. Good. My master did not want this to be too easy.
Now, one thing I love to talk about, I love the look and art style of this game. That's most of the reason actually why I rented it, because I actually had the demo of this game many years ago, and I would always play this level. As a matter of fact, this was the level in the demo. I loved this game as a kid. To me, it still holds up. You know, maybe I got one of those colored glasses on a bit, but it still holds up. I mean, that's the one thing I will say about most of the PS2 game. Classics. Most of them hold up very well, excluding one. But I'm not going to say that because I'm probably not going to review it at this time. I'm not going to say which one it is. Now, of course, you do have a few weapons. Of course, you have a sword, a bow and arrow, a spear-like wooden staff, and you got my favorite weapon, the axe. Now, the axe pretty much kills everything in one hit. Now, you can also... your fisticuffs. This is where you do your stealth kills. Stealth is somewhat very important in this game. There are trophies with it, and stealth is, like I said, needed. But we're not going to need it here. I'm going to use the axe because, of course, bring up the main menu. You have if you find a save score, you can save the game. If you want to quit at any time, you can restart the level. You have the options, which shows you game control, sound, gameplay, centering menu, and controller. Move list, which shows you how to do every kind of move. How to do the combos. There are combos in this game. And then, of course, the challenges. I assume we'll have challenges for you in each area. Now, if you find the little amulet thing that I was talking about earlier, the glowing thing, find 06, not only do you get a trophy, you unlock all the weapons for every level. Keep that in mind. Also, you can go to hints if you need to recall any hints of the game. You can also quit the game and return to the end. I want to use the axe. I'm not going to use the sword. Wham, wham, wham. Now, this is one game I plan on maybe let's play for you guys later this year, so that's why I'm reviewing it now, since I did platinum it not too long ago. Now, here's some enemies. Now, of course, and like I said, that's why I like the axe. It does mega damage. Max will kill pretty much in a few hits. Now, now we're going to use the spear for a minute so I can show, stealth. Now, like I said, there are parts of the game where you have to do stealth. It just won't be here. And now you see this thing? This will... that brings up your health. Now, if you strike a wall, you will get stunned. And you can also stab. You can also stab them if they're still alive. Now, overall, as you can see, the gameplay works very well, and the controls hold up very well to this day. It's, from 2002, came out, and it's now 2016. So very well done. Now the trophies are easy. Like I said, you can get them with the cheat codes or not. So that is a very helpful benefit if you're having problems. Most of them you could probably get within a few days. There's really only one that may take a while, and that's I think it's 10 or 15 stealth kills in a row without being noticed. That can be a little difficult. Now you just heard a horn. When the horn sounds, now you can see it is graphic and violent. You can cut off people's heads, arms, stab them. By the way, I want to show the arrow off a bit. Look at that. 2 perfect headshots. You don't want to die. Now he's dead. So be warned, if you hear that sound, it means they spotted you and there will be enemies are coming. Like I just said. Now, at the end of the day, this game to me holds up very well. And that's appreciated. My real complaint, probably not even a big one, is the fact of it's not that long of a game. Like, granted, maybe back then, and it is an instant death. But it plays well, the story's good, the voice acting is very well done in my opinion. So overall, this game gets a 4 out of 5. Definitely comes recommended if you can get it. It's not that, I think it's only like $15. Now, there's one more thing I want to show off. You can actually take the weapons and kill them if you are in stealth mode. He's dead. As far as for the trophy difficulty in itself, it's a very easy game to platinum. You can have the cheat codes activated, which would definitely let you get this game done even quicker. If you want to have the cheat codes on, I don't think there's a problem with that, in my opinion. The trophy difficulty is without the cheat codes about a 2. With the cheat codes on, about a 1 out of 5 difficulty. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know if you played this game or if you haven't. And did you enjoy it as a kid? And do you still enjoy it now if you're bought it? Until then, this is the DRUG, killing some guy with a stealth move. And I will see you next time for more Batman Arkham Knight. It's on time. Until then, have a good Monday, and I'll see you next time.